Okay, so part of physical activity is being sure that you're active for at least 30 to 60 minutes every day. You don't need to go to the gym to work out. There's all kinds of ways that you can do it at home. But Jess and I, we're actually here with our trainer, Clifton, from Anytime Fitness in Aurora, Indiana, who's gonna walk us through a quick at-home workout that's basically all body weight, that'll give you a good workout and a good run for your money and burn some calories as well. Now, Jess and I, we've worn our masks in to the gym per our county protocols. You might want to check with that if you're going to be working out at your gym in your hometown or your area. We have washed our hands, we've antibacterialized, and now since we're going to our designated workout spots, we can go ahead and remove our mask. But as always, before you go to the gym or anything like that in your community, check with your local health department and check with your gym for their protocols on safety and sanitation as well. So Jess, let's head to our areas.
All right, so everything we're going to do today, you can do at home. You don't necessarily need the equipment you're using here. So instead of the benches, if you don't have a bench, you can use a couch, you can use a chair, you can do all your exercises from the floor. And when it comes to the weights, if you don't have any weights, you can use a soup can for some of the lighter weights, and for some of the heavier weights, you can take a milk gallon jug and fill it full of water or sand and use that instead.
I didn't think about sand. That's a good idea.
It's just a little bit heavier than water. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a 6 exercise circuit that's going to incorporate every muscle of the body. One of the big things we need to pay attention to is our form and how we're moving as we do these exercises. First thing I'm going to have Shannon and Jess do today are some push-ups. Shannon's going to go ahead and demonstrate normal push-ups. When she goes down, you'll notice she keeps her elbows to her side. She's got a really tight core. She's holding every muscle in her body from it. If she's struggling with those push-ups and she can't necessarily hit her 10 to 15 reps, one of the things she's going to do is she's going to switch, go down to her knees, and do the push-ups from right there. Every exercise we're going to do today, we're going to do about 10 to 15 reps of. If you're doing 15 reps and it's too easy, find a way to make it just a little bit harder. Great job, Shannon.
Thanks.
Next exercise we're going to do is a plank with a knee in. Jess, if you want to go ahead and pop down and hold a plank for us. Perfect. You notice she's in that hand plank position. She's going to squeeze her core. Nice and slow, she's going to pull that left knee up to her left elbow and bring it right on back. She's going to alternate that, doing about 10 to 15 on each side. If this is something that gets a little bit too difficult for her, what she's going to do, she's going to go ahead and hop up, put her hands on the bench instead, do the same movement, but because she's up a little bit higher, it's going to be an easier movement, and then allow her to complete all her reps. Jess, great job. Next thing we're going to do is a squat to a bench. Shannon, you just want to go ahead and squat. As she squats, you'll notice she's going to drive her hips back, sit all the way on the bench, stand up from there. If these are a little bit too easy, what she can do is she can grab that milk jug or her weight, hold it in a goblet position, nice and tall, squeeze that chest. It's going to incorporate the core just a little bit more down and up. Well done. And on the opposite end, if it's a little too difficult, she's not going to go quite as far down in that movement. She's going to practice doing it properly by driving those hips back and building the strength up that way. Great job. Next, we're going to do some dips. Jess, if you would, just go ahead and sit on the bench for me, please. She's going to grab the end of the bench. She's going to scoot her hips just past the edge of the bench. Nice and controlled and slow, she's going to lower herself down to the floor and then drive right back up. With her heels in like that, it's going to be a little bit easier version of the movement. If she wants to make it more difficult, what she can do is stick those feet straight out in front of her and do them that way instead. Great job. Let's get 2 more. Perfect. Well done. Next, what we're going to do are some rows. Shannon's going to go ahead and grab her dumbbell. As she does this, she's going to try and keep her back as flat as possible, that elbow and that weight back to her hip. So she's using all those big upper back muscles and not using just her shoulders as she pulls it up. Great job. If she has a little bit of difficulty doing that, instead what she can do is a 3-point row. She'll place one hand on the bench, one knee on the bench, squeeze that core, and again, pull that weight up to the side, just like that. Great job, Shannon. And Jess is going to demonstrate our bridges. She's going to lie on her back with her heels up on the bench. When she does this, she's going to make sure both those knees and those hips are at a 90-degree angle. If you want to go ahead and move on in for me. Perfect. She's in a great position. What she's going to do, and bend your knees, make sure they're directly over your hips. From here, she's going to drive those hips up, squeeze that core and engage those glutes when she gets up top. She's gonna hold it for about a second, and come right back down. Again, if this is a little too easy for her, what she's gonna do is she's gonna drive one of those legs up towards the ceiling. Same thing, drive up through that heel that's on the bench, hold it for approximately 1 second, and then come right back down. Excellent job, Jess, well done. Now that we've demonstrated it, what these ladies are gonna do, they're gonna go through this 1 or 2 rounds. One of the most important things as we're doing this is we wanna go slow, controlled, make sure we're not rushing any of these movements or these movement patterns while we're doing it. Okay. Are we ready, ladies?
Yes. Do it.
All right, again, we're gonna aim for 10 to 15 reps of each exercise. And if you were doing this at home, you'd probably wanna do 3 to 4 rounds.
Okay.
After you complete a round of the exercises, give yourself about 30 to 45 seconds, let your heart rate recover, and start again. Let's race. Who's gonna win? All right, 10 to 15 push-ups. And give yourself a second and move on to the next exercise. Plank knee-ins. Get nice tight cores. Control as we pull that knee into that elbow. Excellent work, ladies. And sit back. Make sure those hips going back, that chest is staying nice and tall as we do these. Excellent work. Your heart rate's at about 75%. For a workout like this, we want to aim for about a 75-80% max heart rate. We don't want to go too much higher than that because we're trying to keep moving the whole time. If you spike it too much higher, she's going to have to take extra rest.
Gotcha.
Great job, ladies. You're doing wonderful. Those arms start to feel like jelly yet?
A little bit.
Excellent. Great job.
So, do the machine just so I do it right.
So, take your left forearm, place it on your left thigh.
Okay.
Drop that torso just about parallel to the floor, squeeze that core. And when we pull, you want to drive that elbow and that hand into that back hip as you go.
Like this.
Yes, ma'am. Great job.
And so you said like if we didn't have weights at home, you can use a jug of milk, laundry detergent.
Yeah, you can use
whatever.
anything that has a handle that you can add some weight to. Like I said, whether it's a laundry detergent, whether it's a milk jug full of water or sand, anything that provides some resistance.
Cool. So are there any modifications to those fridges? You know, the one leg up?
Absolutely. So if we want to go, if we're having a little bit of difficulty with our bridges, instead of putting our heels up on the bench, what we'll do is, Shannon will demonstrate this one, we're just going to go and put those heels on the floor instead. So she'll drive up from this position. Again, if she needs something that's a little bit more challenging, what she's going to do is she's going to drive that foot in the air, and then she's going to drive the hips up from there. Great job, Shannon. Drive through those heels, perfect. Excellent work, ladies. This is a workout you're doing at home. Give yourself 3 to 4 rounds of this with about a minute rest between rounds. Should take you in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 minutes. Once it gets easier, you can always add reps. You can go a little bit slower, or you can possibly find some heavier weights to do the exercises you're doing with.
Cool. Well, Clifton, thanks so much for going over some of these exercises with us. And you know what's the really cool thing is you can totally do this while you're at home chilling in front of the television, if you're having a busy day, or you can get up early in the morning and do it before school. There's all kinds of time during the day to fit in 15 to 20 minutes exercise. It's going to be good for your health.
Absolutely.
So, well, thank you so much, Clifton. And Anytime Fitness